All right, guys, here we are with the latest wave from the G.I. Joe Classified Retro series. Of course, these are 6-inch versions of those original nostalgic G.I. Joe figures. And today we're looking at Sergeant Stalker, the Cobra Trooper, and of course, Cobra Commander. So before we jump into opening our toys like we do here on the channel, let's get a closer look at the package. And of course, as we dig into Cobra Trooper, you see that iconic art from that retro line with the explosion behind him. And we have all those beautiful figures. Here we go with the card. So you guys can take a look at that and the cross-sell on the back showing Cobra Commander, Sergeant Stalker as well. So we take a look at the Cobra Commander himself. Again, that great artwork as expected. Our figure looks good. For those of you who are unaware, there is a version of this figure that was available through Hasbro Labs. It was the Mickey Cobra, an homage to the original line in which they had two versions of this, one being that kind of Mickey Cobra mistake where the head of that Cobra looked more like Mickey Mouse than a Cobra. And so if you want that iconic one, you're going to have to look at eBay. It can be pretty pricey. But for the rest of us, we have the normal, correct version that is hitting store shelves now. And as we flip on the back again, here is our file card. For you guys who want to take a look at that, you can of course pause and take a look. Next up, we will grab the only good guy in the package, or in this wave, Sergeant Stalker. Of course, we got the camo paint, running around with that gun. There is our file card, and again, the same cross sell. So, enough talking about this wave in their packages. Let's get these toys open. Alrighty, now through the magic of editing, all three figures have been freed from their plastic entombment. First up, let's take a closer look at Sergeant Stalker, shall we? And one of the things that really frustrates me about these classified figures is they always come with this base that for some reason they just never want to stay attached to. So you can see he's got all these great accessories. These are all molded separately, so they do come off. We have a weapon holster along with the silencer. We have a spot for his knife as we move around here. We take a look at his vest. You can see it is also molded separately. There's a spot there for a backpack. The hat does come off, so you can take that beret off. And there you can see the sculpt on his head. That hair. And let's put his hat back on. We have common butterfly jointed shoulders. We've got some rotation. Again, the ball hinge joint in there. We have the rotation at the bicep, the double hinged elbows, and of course we have a hinged hand on a peg, so you can turn that all around. We have the hinge at the ratcheting hinge at the abdomen area. Of course, we have the O-ring waist, so we got some movement there. Again, our double jointed knees. You can see the legs there have the full swivel, so you can go left, right, up, and down, giving you a large range of movement. I believe we have, perhaps not. I thought we had a rotation at the quad, but apparently not. We do have one down here at the calf, though, with the boot area, so we can rotate there, which will give us lots of different posability options. And while I put him back on the stand that he does never want to stay on, let's take a look at his accessories, because he does come with quite a few. First up, we have that pistol with the silencer. I think this is like one of the most popular accessories Hasbro likes to throw in with these Joe figures. Seems like it's at least in 1 out of every 2 or 3. And we'll just put that in his holster here. And they do fit tight, which is nice because they're not going to go anywhere. And then we'll slide his pistol in. So there he is right there. He also comes with this knife. Again, this is probably the most popular accessory, as I think pretty much every figure comes with this knife. Some for the boot, some for the holster, and we got a nice tight fit there. It does not want to go in all the way. So, you know, some of the things people say you should heat these up, because these Hasbro ones definitely come very, very much, you know, very tight, and their joints can break. But for now, since I can't get that in there, maybe we'll have him holding that, because that is very tight, does not want to go in there. He also comes with this rifle backpack, so we can slide that in there. And unfortunately, these also are not great in this line of toys. The backpacks never really want to stay very well. You have to really work them in there. And as you can see, it does not want to actually go into the peg hole in his back. And it doesn't help that it's this softer, rubbery plastic. We got it in there, but it's not in there great. So he also comes with this gun, which we can get his finger in there. And we'll get a little bend from his shoulder so he can have that brace where it needs to be, his elbow. Here is the heavy machine gun he comes with, and it is perfect for sliding back here, allegedly. And so now he's all decked out. Let's give him his knife, since we've got it not real easily able to push it in there. And, you know, just love how posable these are. You can really go kind of crazy, right? So if he's, you know, threatening someone, sneaking up behind him, stabbing them, you know, however you want to do, these guys are locked and loaded from a pose standpoint, and makes them really, really fun to display, because of all the ways in which you can, you know, get them in there and get them looking like the badass that Sergeant Stalker is. So next up, let's take a look at the Cobra Trooper in all his glory. And we'll give him a quick spin. Of course, we got the holster. Again, spot for the silencer. We've got another knife holster, so very reminiscent of Sergeant Stalker. We've got some good artwork here on the arm insignia. You got that molded Cobra logo there. Of course, this two-tone vest is nice. You don't typically get the multi-tone where they've painted some of the accessories, so that's a nice touch on this figure. Usually you're getting solid color accessories. And again, there's the back and the gloves. We're going to have the same articulation, of course, the ratcheted chest, abdomen area, the double hinge knees, elbows. No reason to go into that. It is all the same. We're going to get our first accessory, which is that Cobra Trooper helmet. And you can't be a Cobra Trooper without that helmet on there. So that's the Cobra Trooper we all know and love. The cannon fodder. The ones that always get blown up and shot at, but never seemingly die. We also have, again, our common accessory of the pistol and the sniper, or the suppressor. Sorry, I keep saying sniper. I can't believe I'm doing that. The silencer, actually a suppressor. And we'll get that in his holster. He's locked and loaded. Then we got Ye Old Knife, another common accessory, and let's hope this one goes in better than it did on our... Sorry, of course it does. It slides right in there. Perfect. That's what we want to see. And then, speaking of sniper rifles, we do have a nice big sniper rifle. It does not have any mount points, so you're either having them hold this for your action, or you're going to put this away. We also have this submachine gun, another great accessory. And I think we're going to go ahead and have him hold this one as opposed to the sniper, because I don't think he's definitely not going to hold both, right? So that would be ridiculous. Get his finger in there and see if we can get that there. And so we'll get him posed as though he's ready and waiting to meet the boss. Yeah, keeping that gun down. Standing on guard. And theoretically at attention, but let me get this. There we go. One Cobra Trooper. Let's see if we can get him stand up straight. There you go. And there's his... Just put his rifle behind him there. And last but not least is the man himself, the Cobra Commander. And you can see how great this looks. A lot of painting detail here. First, of course, you have that vac metal visor hiding his face behind there. We have a nice touch of detail with the insignia on his collar. Of course, the individual painted buttons, the detail on the belt buckle, a lot of great paint on here. Not too much texture, because unlike the other figures, he of course is wearing more of a suit. And so the texture is very smooth. You can see the wave in the cloth, but not a lot of texture. But it looks good, because that's what it's supposed to look like. Of course, we have the gloves, the stripe down the leg. You can see that paint job is carried out through the back. So again, not sparing an expense when it comes to that. We don't have a lot of places for accessories, do we? But we do have this backpack that will go right there. And of course, that is designed to hold his gun. So here's our accessory for Cobra Commander. Just not sure how he keeps that in there. Let's assume it's like that, so he can reach up and grab it by the handle. Then as we come around, of course, we have the spot for Ye Old Knife. This one is slightly different. It's a little smaller knife. And so we will put that away. And then the other accessories he comes with are hands. You know, you need to be able to point when you're Cobra Commander. You need to be able to scratch and claw. And of course, who doesn't need to fist fight? So there's a couple of fists. So pretty interesting. Let's see if we can get this hand off and have him pointing. I don't know what he's going to be pointing at, but, you know, let's see. He's double hinged, trying to be gentle with it so we don't break him. Because, again, you know, these figures are really, really tight when you first get them. And he is not wanting to move. So we're not going to press our luck here. But we'll have him, like, you know, all right, stand on your stand. Again, what's he pointing at? Look over there. Really. So there he is, pointing off into the distance. We can give that a little rotation. So very cool. Again, you know, he's going to do a little pose for you. And as we take one last look at these figures in all their glory, Cobra Commander is going to remind you, as we do on all these videos, until next time, have fun.